my name is Adam Mason. This is my Lincoln University third year animation project. This is going to be a blog that I'm going to keep throughout the weeks of the project, just to keep myself up to date with what's been happening. My idea is going to be based around a World War II bomber. The plane will take off for battle, and the pin-up 1940s pin-up models painted to the nose art are going to come to life to save the plane and the crew. The idea came from a bunch of ideas that I had, one of them being that a person's tattoos would come to life, as I wanted an idea to be more based on the animation and less narrative. I felt that this was the right direction to go. Coming up with this idea feels quite strong in that it has a lot of potential to it, and the only downside to it is quite an epic idea, and therefore I've had to come up with ways to sort of break it down and use different mediums and just different ways to present it, really, rather than going full-scale epic. The way I've decided to approach the idea is to do a large portion of the backgrounds and sub-characters as a rotoscope piece, 2D rotoscope. This is mainly because it's a quick way of animating, in the sense of it doesn't require a lot of planning out. Most of the timing and everything's already there, and I literally just draw over the characters and change the odd bit. I think this also backs up the feel of, as it is a war piece, rotoscoping in 2D adds a certain feel of realism, I feel, and therefore I think that with that piece it should work very well. The characters on the plane, the pin-up girls, are going to be hand animated, just pure animation 2D, and I think the contrast of realistic looking 2D of rotoscope and just hand animated 2D should come across really well. The other reason for rotoscope is to save time when having to draw planes over and over again and getting them just perfect each time. What I'm actually going to do is buy several models. I've decided to pick the Lancaster bomber, as it's a well-known bombing plane. I've done a lot of research into it. The Airfix models were my original choice, as they're quick and easy to make. They cost a fair bit, but it's worth it for the project. Unfortunately, I couldn't find a bomber that went above a scale of 1/48, and a few people I've spoken to even doubted that they exist because they're just unwanted. I luckily managed to find on the internet a scale of 1/32, which gave a 38-inch wingspan, so it's going to be quite a large plane, making it very easy to rotoscope and get very close shots with the camera. That's on order at the minute. It should be here within the next 6 weeks, which is kind of a pain because I wish I could have had it sooner for reference, and it's going to take a little time to build, although I have Mike Reynolds helping me with this from the course as part of the group work. However, I think I'm going to go and buy the smaller models, because obviously having a big model for close-ups and we're going to have a smaller model for long shots. I think if I get the smaller model, I can use this as reference for helping with storyboards. Basically, I need the plane to get certain angles, certain shots that at the minute I probably wouldn't consider, not knowing the plane too well. So if I buy the smaller model, get that made, get that out of the way, I can start using that to assist my storyboard. I've considered sound already, although I've not fussed about with it too much. I'm going to try and compose my own piece so I can avoid all the royalties and having to search and pay for music and stuff. Plus, I'd like to compose my own piece of the way the actual pin-up model I'm using in the story, the main one, is going to be a 1940s vocal artist. I want the music to change with the piece, which will all become clear in the storyboard. I've been through, like I say, pricing. The model plane came to £70 on its own. The smaller planes for the Messerschmitts and a smaller Lancaster, they tend to be anything from £20 to sort of £30 each, which will be more than affordable come next payday, so just gotta wait for that. Yeah, I've come, the title for my piece is going to be Athena's Skye, sorry, as the main pin-up models, or the stage name is going to be Athena Skye. It's just a name I came up with. It sounded convincing as a performing artist, and well, Athena being the Greek goddess of war, arts, industry, justice, skill, wisdom and so forth. It's quite fitting, I thought, for the piece. And Skye being the sky, so taking place on an airplane, I thought that would work quite well. I've been looking into pieces to give to other people within the course, such as so as to complete the group project. As I say, Mike Reynolds has already agreed to help build certain models and of the planes and help out that way, which is great. There's a couple of people I'm considering for other things, such as Rick's been suggested, as he's doing 3D, to maybe help with 3D elements of cloud and rain. Possibly even do that in After Effects, but either way, it's a small piece that would probably be quite well done by someone else and save me a lot of time and give them another piece to do. Looking for maybe painted backgrounds as well. If I rotoscope planes in the bomber crew, I could maybe have some painted backgrounds, I think, to give it another aspect. I'll have to do a couple of test pieces to see if that would actually work out, if the visuals will all match. Hoping to do, according to my production plan, I should be doing test pieces by the end of this month, maybe sooner. I'm a little behind at the minute due to working a lot, of which I'm reducing my hours and stuff. As I say, character designs are well underway, they're very nearly finished. I just want to make sure I'm actually happy with all the final designs. Rough storyboard's done. Unfortunately I've not had enough time to actually finish my storyboard. I'd like to put a lot more time and consideration into it, and as I said, having the plane here would help a great deal. But other than that, everything's going okay. I think probably put my foot down a little bit more just to push by, so hopefully I'll have everything done rather soon.